For us, ecosystem by definition needs many people, right? If it's just one person, it's not an ecosystem.
Hello, welcome all of you guys to Coin98 Insights TV. This video belongs to Builder Talk, and Builder Talk is a series we will discuss many interesting topics in the crypto market between Coin98 Insights and Crypto Builder. In Coin98, we define crypto builders as the people with a real product. They will create value for the community and also have a long-term visions with crypto market. Therefore, I hope that this video will bring you a lot of useful insight and also have many topics that I will discuss with Crypto Builder. And today's guest is Mr. Calvin Chu, co-builder of Impossible Finance. Can you have a short introductions about yourself?
Yeah, Xin chào everybody. This is Calvin. This is my second time here in Vietnam and in the Coin98 office. So really happy to get a chance to speak with everyone today. My previous background before working on Impossible Finance, I was on the research team at Binance. Spent about 2.5-3 years there and was really lucky to see some great projects like Coin98 come through our research desk. So at Binance, I worked on the Launchpad as well as the staking products, as well as helping do many of the research that you see on the Binance website. So yeah, really great to be here and happy to be speaking from a builder's perspective to also share with you guys today some of the really great questions that the Coin98 team has prepared.
Okay, so today's main topic, we will discuss about the keyword named ecosystem. This will be a pretty broad topic, so we will go from overall to more specific. The overall will be the crypto market, and more specific, we will come to DeFi ecosystem. And also, lastly, we will go to the project ecosystem. I think we will answer the first question. Is that okay?
Sure.
Can we start now? So, for all of the crypto ecosystem to grow, we need to abroad more user, developers, and also projects from Web 2 to Web 3. So what is the largest barrier that you could see when we're talking about joining into the Web 3 crypto space?
So I promise this is not to show Coin98, but I really do believe that wallets are one of the first places where users have to interact in order to be able to try all these different DeFi products. Just like the internet, maybe you need a phone and then you need a browser to search something, and then maybe you need a search engine, right? I think in crypto today, we still don't have all the infrastructure ready. So it's really important for us to work with products like you guys with this multi-chain wallet to be able to make it easier for users to be able to interact with any DeFi protocols. If you don't have a wallet on that chain, there's no way for you to get started in using any of the dApps on that chain. So the wallet is kind of the gateway in order to be able to even start using any of these.
So that is the perspective from a user. How about Web 2 projects or Web 2 company? How can they join into crypto? Because right now when we talk about crypto, when we talk about crypto instead, we all know about token, we all know about something quite flipping tokens. So do a Web 2 company, when they join to crypto, do they need to issue token? And what is the barrier that Web 2 company founder need to focus on when they want to join into the Web 3 ecosystem?
Yeah, so I think for project teams, the most important thing is that a token can be one of the most powerful ways to engage a community. I think in the real world, you have like even things like sports clubs or anything where people are just a fan, right? Maybe a singer or artist. And I think it's very important to think of crypto as just a very powerful tool to unite communities. And so I wouldn't say that every blockchain, every company should have a blockchain element or necessarily have to create one. But I think that every company that has a community should consider having a token to power their community. And I think that's something that we at Impossible, I guess I didn't get to share too much about Impossible, we're a decentralized venture builder, accelerator, and just support project teams to build and then eventually help them launch their token to the community. So I think we've already worked on many kinds of collaborations with Coin98 before to make sure that users get this opportunity as well to invest in the future generation of projects.
About this topic, do you have any advice for the Web2 company founder to notice when they want to issue the token?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is not to rush. I think with Coin98 even, right, it took a long time to build up all of this infrastructure, to build this team before the team was ready to create a token for the ecosystem, right? And I think the keyword today is ecosystem. I think that it's hard to define what a token can do if you have not defined yet what your product, what your scope, or what your ecosystem will be. Because tokens are very important to be able to open up the right incentivization for your users to feel like they own and are a part of the ecosystem as well. Without the token, the user is just a user. When they are a token holder, they're also an owner of this ecosystem as well. So without defining what your ecosystem is as a project in the first place, you may not be able to define what the token holders and what the users can own.
Okay, thank you. So we will move to the second question. What do you think about the current state of crypto market and also DeFi ecosystem? Which is the categories that the investor or also the builder need to noting in the next 1 year period?
So I think recently a lot of people have been talking about privacy and some of these types of controversial bannings of front ends and other things. And I do think that it's very important to discuss decentralization and true decentralization of the protocols that claim they are decentralized, right? So I think that a lot of the products that we are thinking about are also trying to make sure that users, at the end of the day, the most important thing, that the users can interact with protocols safely. So whether that's on the audit side, on trying to make sure that these platforms are truly decentralized and not just owned by a few people who, if they get hacked, can affect the entire ecosystem. For us, ecosystem by definition needs many people, right? If it's just one person, it's not an ecosystem. And so everything we build, I think in this time over the next year for DeFi is to make products much more strong, robust, safe to use, because that will only allow for more users to come. With less users coming, all these products are also smaller ecosystems. They're not as diversified. I think it will be very important for every product and every protocol to try and make sure that they kind of widen what they are able to offer to the users safely.
How about the branch that we need to focus? Do you think we need to focus on DeFi, on NFC, or we can focus in the specific like privacy?
Yeah, so I think the way I think about it is maybe not specific sectors, but the scale of users. For things like NFTs, we've noticed that NFTs are very accessible for every user to try, right? It's just a fun picture, right? I think everyone wants to be a part of some of these communities because everyone understands pictures. If I try to explain to you the newest optimistic rollup or ZK proof, many people will not be able to take all of this and absorb this new information, right? But for something like just a cute sticker, many people can understand. So to me, the way I think about it is crypto in the next 3-4 years, what we want to focus on is scaling users, right? I think Coin98, you guys have been doing a great job in growing both locally as well as globally to bring in on the next wave, the next millions of users, right? And I think that, when we've built some of these protocols, there's some interesting products already. But now I think the challenge is what is going to scale. So I think the sectors that interest me the most are the ones that have the potential to bring that next million or next 10 million of users from each one of these products. So obviously games, we've seen in GameFi over the last couple of years start to get some more users. But I still believe that something like play to earn still can grow a lot, as well as other game mechanisms, not just play to earn. But I want to share maybe one phrase that I really like with regards to this type of GameFi ecosystem is time on ramp.
Time on what?
Time on ramp.
Time on
so
ramp.
At Binance, we work very hard at trying to build fiat on ramps, right?
Fiat on ramps.
Help users bring cash into crypto, right? But today, I think, to be honest, a lot of times these cash on ramps is not easy, right? Whether it's licenses, every country have different rules. These are hard challenges for the entire crypto to bring on. But something that I think is going to be very important is the education and bringing on users who want to spend time inside crypto. So whether it's playing a game, reading your Coin98 Insights, watching your YouTube, it's something where we need users that are willing to spend time in our ecosystem. Just like I come and visit Vietnam and see this ecosystem for a few days, we need people to digitally visit the crypto ecosystem and understand more about what is happening. Because I think the most powerful thing for crypto is to let more users learn. If users are able to learn and spend time in this ecosystem, they will naturally bring value. Just like I come as a tourist maybe to visit a country, I bring value to that ecosystem. We need more crypto, not just tourists, but maybe crypto immigrants, people to come and bring their time as a user to these ecosystems.
I think this was a great answer. At first, when I joined to crypto, I don't know anything, and I usually found groups or found some channels to flipping coins to earn money. But when I joined crypto and joined deeper and deeper, I found that there's a lot of value, a lot of interesting things that I can find out. Example like business, they can raise funds through crypto. Decisions making actions, they also can create by DAO. And there's a lot of interesting stuff in crypto market. And that is why I have stick with crypto until now, and also doing in Coin98 Insights to educate and also to let people know what is inside crypto, not just flipping coins. Yeah, and that is our visions. Okay, I think we will go to the next question, the third question. So the DeFi ecosystem in 2021 have grown very strong thanks to the Launchpad IDO trends. So before that, there are some trends like ICO and IEO. ICO in initial coin offering and IEO is initial exchange offering. So in the future, do you think there will be any new trend or new change due to the way they issue and distribute tokens to the community?
Yeah, so I think I'll throw two words, maybe INO, for initial NFT offering, and IWO, initial wallet offerings. So going back to the first question you asked, I do believe that wallets are still the gateway for a lot of users to try products. And so I think it makes a lot of sense to go where users are. I think wallets like you guys have been able to capture some adoption. So if I'm a project founder, if I can launch directly to your user ecosystem, there's a lot more things I can do to grow my users, not just fundraise. I think then you can solve two problems at the same time as a founder. And then I also believe that in terms of NFTs, the previous waves, a lot of people launched fungible ERC20 tokens, right? Now with more chains and more token standards that people are building, I think a lot of people are talking about soulbound tokens, vesting vouchers, or crypto composable ERC 1155.
And also some interesting stuff like ERC 1155.
1155, so on and so forth. I think there's a new one like 3525, 46 something. I already forgot all of them. Right? But these, I think, will help bring new capabilities that we did not have with just fungible ERC20 tokens. So I'm very excited to see what are the new technological advances, both at the chain level as well as the token level, so that we can more better kind of incentivize communities to work inside these token ecosystems. Because I think it's something very powerful when I think, a lot of people say that profile pictures, these 10,000 NFT collections, they have no use. But one thing I think they're very useful for is to create an ecosystem where every owner is a part of the ecosystem. When I hold one token of, let's say I own one C98, I know I'm not as rich as the guy that holds 100 C98. But inside NFT ecosystems, the beautiful thing is maybe I have a rare one, or maybe I have 3 floor NFTs, whatever it might be. There's a lot of ways where different people can pick the way that they want to participate in an ecosystem. Fundamentally, that means that the more complicated, maybe ERC 721, 1155, or other token standard can actually better encapsulate what I represent as part of the community. So maybe if we both hold one Bored Ape or whatever NFT, we are equal. Right? Whereas in crypto, for fungible tokens, it's very difficult for you to have exactly 100 tokens and I have exactly 100 tokens. So I think in building fair ecosystems, equal ecosystems where everyone can participate and have an opportunity to contribute into these new DAOs and new ecosystems, I do believe this is something that will kind of shape the next wave of what we define as the crypto.
There's one interesting things that I heard. I don't remember where did I read, but there's a club in Hong Kong that they will let you join if you hold a Bored Ape Club or a CryptoPunk NFT. So when you join into that club, you can join with some people that have the same visions with you, and also something is quite crazy that people want to purchase a very expensive NFT. So they must have a different brand, a different visions about that NFT, and also they can have a different thinking about a crypto market in the future. So that is why with me, MVC is not a specific branch in DeFi ecosystem, but it will also have a value just like token right now. So like a token, we will have a DeFi stack, and NFT, I think they will also have a NFT stack. Yeah, with a lot of infrastructures and a lot of projects that will build on layer and layer. So I think we can move to the last question is about the ecosystem. So when I first heard about the ecosystem word, I didn't think about the crypto ecosystem or the DeFi ecosystem. But at first I think about the project ecosystem, because in the last time we heard many projects that they build an ecosystem. For example, Coin98 right now, we have a core product is the multi-chain wallet, but in the future we may develop the stablecoin or develop the DEX aggregator that we will release in the future. So when we create an ecosystem like that, or like the brothers of Cyberlabs, they create a lot of products in the Solana ecosystem and create the closed loop value. So as a builder, what do you think about this strategy to build an ecosystem around your products?
Yeah, so I think it's fitting that we're doing this interview in Southeast Asia, because I do think that Asia as a whole, we've seen many apps become super apps and they become very popular, right? Whether it's like Didi and WeChat in China, or things like Grab in Southeast Asia. I think you guys have a few other ones as well that I don't know yet. But it's something that I think is very powerful to see as a trend in Web 2. And I think we're starting to see this trend also happen in Web 3. Because I think at the end of the day, the more functions you create or the more sub-products that you have, it shows the users that you want to serve them. It's not something where I think maybe other regions have as much experience in building products that give literally every single convenience to the user. And I think this type of user-centric design is actually very important to make sure that the users that we're able to onboard into crypto, they have more reasons to come and join. Yeah, so I think one other thing that Coin98 has done quite well is that it starts from a lot of research and education. So I actually believe that it's not just about delivering, smart contracts or products that exist on-chain, but also the ecosystem includes things around the smart contracts and the technical products. So whether it's YouTube videos like this or other types of content, at Binance I was lucky enough to create the first glossary, co-create the first glossary for the Binance Academy. That is something that the more we can give as tools for users to learn, the more they can do within the world of crypto. So I think it's laying some of this foundation and also incentivizing the users to do their own research, DYOR, right? And try and learn about all of the things that are happening in crypto. This helps create this kind of foundation. After there's the foundation, then you can start thinking about some of the other products that exist both on and off chain to provide users a better user experience after they've already learned. But I think learning at the beginning is really important. That's also something that we push very hard at Impossible. To try and make sure that users understand what they invest in. Because I think a lot of times you might hear about something, but if you don't really understand it, you may not invest and you definitely will not hodl, right? And I think it's very important in crypto to have strength in your belief. You have conviction in what you invest in. Because you can always trade back and forth, but if you don't hold it, maybe the upside is not there. So I think that's the progression that we want to see for every user, to go from, like you said, just kind of trading or flipping things to go to really understanding things. Because I think that's what separates a regular entry-level user to being a more master of crypto.
So, like with Impossible Finance, will you build more products or will you grow into an ecosystem with Impossible Finance? Can you share a little bit?
Sure. So definitely the strategy for us is just starting from what to do to help the user. For us, we do feel that we're a research-led team. We try to find the early gems within the space and give users a chance to understand what are these products, right? Sometimes it means that we are incubating early stage projects that have never had a chance yet to even go live, but that we work with them on every aspect, whether it's marketing, tokenomics, product, whatever it might be, to help them get to the point where they can go public to the entire community. So it is something where not just through ourselves, but also through all the products and investments that our ecosystem is able to make, we want to open up every single project to get to the next level, to be able to support them as they work on bringing the next millions of users.
Okay, thank you for your answer. So I think that is the last question. Right now, as you could see, the macro view is quite bad with a lot of rising interest rates. Do you have some view about the macroeconomics, and do you want to share something? Do you want to have any advice to Coin98 community?
Yeah, I think I'm super bullish Asia. So I know everyone's hearing so much about macro and all these kind of factors, but I do think that there's something magical that's happening within Asia, especially after COVID, that the world has become much more decentralized, which means the power, the access, the money is actually much more decentralized, right? And I think that the vibe, especially for builders, for investors, and for creators and users, I do believe it's best here in Asia. So, you know, we're in the office and I don't have to wear shoes, right? It's definitely something where it feels like when people are working and building in Asia, it's just at home, right? And I think that's something very important to create the sense of family, to create the sense of building together, that whether the markets overall are good or bad, one of the things I've noticed is that the builders here have incredibly high family culture. And I think there's one thing where bull or bear markets, families never die. And I think that's the mentality that a lot of builders here have. And that's where, to be honest, it gives me a lot of confidence to say, I'm not so worried about what's happening outside of crypto. What I can control is our own Impossible family. What I can control is how our Impossible family works with the Coin98 family, with the users, with the builders. Everybody is just family. And so for me, maybe I cheat and I use the second word of family as something that is important as the foundation of ecosystem. Without the family, you don't know where to start for this ecosystem. But your earliest users, your earliest employees, your earliest contributors, they are your family. And I think that here, especially in Asia, the ability to build during bear market, during not so good macro conditions, I'm not worried. You know, it can be raining outside, but if I'm with my family inside, I have no worries.
Okay, so right now you could see that a lot of people that interested in crypto, especially with the DeFi wave in 2021. But right now, a lot of people, when they think about crypto, they think about Bitcoin will go down and go down, and they also think about the macroeconomics. So what is your motivations in crypto markets, and how can you build a long-term visions in the crypto market?
Yeah, this is a great question. I would say something I really believe in is that everyone should have the ability to invest. And so I think what's really powerful is the big products of today that we use, the Grabs, the Googles, whatever it is, very few people have the opportunity to be able to invest in the companies that they as a user help make these projects become big. And so to me, this is something that is a fundamental, I would say, human rights that I think people should have the chance to own what they are helping build. It just makes sense, right? If you use Grab every day, you help make Grab become big, right? If I use Google every day, I help make Google become big. And so even if markets are good or bad, the one thing I know is that I believe that users will always start using more and more blockchain, right? Whether it's for financial use cases, whether it's for collecting NFTs, I don't think it matters. But the importance is that all the products that we use today will get more and more users. And I think that fundamentally we should give users the chance to invest in what they use. So that's why for us at Impossible, we start with, you know, obviously we have the launchpad and the incubation side, but that we want to make sure that the users have more opportunities to be able to be a part of the ecosystem that they are helping build. That's what I think tokens fundamentally give an opportunity for. And that's what Impossible stands for.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Calvin Chu, for joining the interview today. I think you have answered a lot of questions because as the beginning we have planned only have 4 questions, but I think until now you have answered around 8 or 10 questions.
Great.
Thank you for joining the interview. I hope that Impossible Finance could grow and grow bigger in the future. Thank you.
Cảm ơn.